In these notes, we're going to be looking at the cell cycle and mitosis, and this is just the introduction notes. So it's important that we know some of these terms and we understand the different parts of the nucleus of a cell. So let's start off by looking at some terms. The first term is called a chromosome, and a chromosome is condensed DNA that's coiled around proteins. And so what we see here is this DNA that's really long and sort of spaghetti-like in the cell will condense up and coil up to become more manageable for cell division. We also have the term chromatin, which is what it is before it coils up. It's uncoiled DNA, and so that's the long spaghetti-like DNA that we have inside the nucleus when the cell is going through its normal processes. And then we have the word chromatids, which are just the two halves of a chromosome. So we're going to look at all three of these things in picture form so that you can understand the difference, because the names are all very similar. So here's an example. We have a picture of the nucleus in a cell, and we're taking a view here, and this cell will be getting ready to divide because we see that we have chromosomes. So chromosomes only form when the cell is getting ready to divide. So when cell division is happening. And a cell will divide to make a new copy of itself. So this is the chromosome, this is what it looks like. And then if you take it and you uncoil it, this would be your chromatin. And then you can see here the DNA double helix is what the chromatin is made of. This right here would be your sister chromatid. So, and then this is the other one. So there's two. So we're going to draw one of these ourselves. So you can go ahead and take a look at this. A chromosome can be one strand of DNA or it can be two strands of DNA. So what happens is when you're going through cell division, you start out with this two-stranded chromosome and you end up with a one-stranded chromosome. But they both have the same name. They're both called a chromosome. Okay, so this is important. This is going to come into play when we look at mitosis, which is the nuclear division of the cell, where we're making two nuclei before the cell completely divides. So let's take a look. The cell may look like either of these. Before the division process happens, it's going to look like this. And you can see how it's doubled chromosomes. And this are single chromosomes, but it's still called two chromosomes. So each of these cells has two chromosomes in it. Make sure you draw this. I'm going to put this exactly in your notes like this. We're also going to draw this picture. This is a picture of a chromosome. So draw this as good as you can. It doesn't have to be super neat. This is one sister chromatid, and this is the other. And sometimes they look like they crisscross, but they really don't. So this is one half, and this is the other half. And if you have, let's do this. Let's take a different colored pencil, and when you're drawing it, let's do it in this manner. Let's take, you can pick any two colors you want. One side, one color, one side, the other, just so we know. Okay? And so what we have, this is a chromatid right here. And then let's label the other one too. This is a chromatid, and they're called sister chromatids because they are identical copies of each other. They code for the same thing. Okay? So this side and this side match. The thing in the middle is the centromere. This holds the two together. So this is the centromere. Make sure you write that. And we're going to write a definition. It holds the chromatids. And we don't need this kinetochore. Chromatids together. So centromere holds the chromatids together, and you want to go ahead and write that. Okay, this is just a picture of a set of human chromosomes. I like to put this in here because this is basically what you're looking at inside all of your cells, pretty much. These are all your body cells, have these set of chromosomes. And so I think it's important that we know that this number 1 chromosome here and this number 1 chromosome here are both coding for the same traits. One is from mom and one is from dad. And we can go all the way through mom, dad, and maybe dad, mom, and it varies. But you get your sets from your mom and from your dad. The thing I want to point out down here, this is called a sex chromosome, and this determines which sex you are. So in this case, we have an X and a Y, so this is going to be a male. And we're going to get into all of this further when we talk about meiosis, which is the process of forming gametes which come together to make new individuals. So for right now, I think this is pretty much enough that you know that what you have is you have 23 chromosomes, and then you're going to end with, 23 sets of chromosomes, 46 chromosomes, and you're going to end with 46 chromosomes when you go through the process of division.